Wow, that's a loaded question. So there's a lot there, and
Time to go to
amazingly,
war.
I think you got all the history right. By the way, it is a very complex part of the world, as anybody has ever looked at it knows. So we're on the heels of the Bosnia Herzegovina thing back in the '94, the Dayton Accords. All that stuff is happening, right? And Slobo's in there trying to take out the Kosovo Albanians. All the agreements. It was a UN effort first.
Yep.
Obviously, with Russia and China, they're gonna balk at that. So it switched to a NATO, Article 5 kind of deal. And Tony Blair was a big player in that in the UK as far as a humanitarian genocide, basically, is what they were trying to prevent. So that's kind of the political background. Me personally, I arrived in Spangdahlem in the early part of February from Kunsan. So I just spent a year out at Kunsan flying Block 30s. I show up in Spangdahlem. My wife is there with my little kids, 18 months up to 6 years old, and she's got the house set up, ready to go take a little bit of break, maybe a couple weeks, a little vacation. I'm there for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, just enough to get my new patch, get my tags to get into the vault. And in the middle of the night, I get a call from Terry New, who was the ops group commander, the vice ops group commander at the time, and he said, "Grab your bag, you're Advon." So
Yep.
I'd been with my wife, less than a week. I had to search around for my bag because I don't think I had it built. But it was no kidding. Grab your green bag and hit the road. My wife said, "When are you going to be back?" I said, "I don't know. I'm probably going to call you for a while. I won't be able to tell you what's going on." She's been around long enough to know that was happening. And I met up with Norm Anderson, Terry New, and we departed for Aviano in the middle part of February. So this was right as it was leading up to the Serbs are being ornery and obstinate on this whole thing, and we see this thing is going to happen pretty quick. So the emphasis at the time was, can we do this whole thing with purely air power? Big argument whether air power could control and win wars or not. There's lots of different arguments. I used to believe one thing, now I believe something different. But the idea was minimum risk to the airmen and to the army folks that are going to go in and have to secure this area. So let's make this as minimal risk as we possibly can, and basically bomb them to their knees until they capitulate and say, "Okay, we're done," which is what happened. So rolling into, we went to Aviano. Aviano at the time was basically the triple nickel and the 5/10.